in this timeline. I'm trying to get back to this stuff, molding, casting. I have 100 hours of molding, casting video that I need to finish at some point, and this stuff has just kind of been sitting in the background for, I don't know, probably a couple months, and so I don't even know where I'm at anymore. So this is going to be a journey of discovery, a beautiful journey of discovery for all of us. I know what this is. This is a mold that I've been trying to do successfully or unsuccessfully several times now. I'm trying to recreate this guy, but making translucent so that you can see the rocks in his sack, his head sack. And so I was doing that by having this rock mold plug that sits in there. And the problem I kept running into was these rocks were too close to the surface in there, and so I was getting holes, which I don't see in this one. So maybe I had succeeded in this last attempt, but I honestly don't even remember. So I need to do it again and find out. Did I succeed? Dottie, hello. I feel like I'm a little bit off my game right now, both literally and figuratively and metaphorically and spiritually and socially and interdynamically. Literally, because I've been playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn, and that game is just, I'm really addicted to it right now, and so that's all I want to do. So I haven't been doing a lot, well, I haven't done as much art as usual, and then I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, and this is really the main thing I need to get back into to finish this series, and I'm just not feeling it. But a lot of times, I mean, most disciplines, whether it's learning to play music or whatever, you know, there are times you just don't feel like it, and but then once you start doing it, you get back into it, and it's fine. So, you know, I got moods, they come and they go, but I have plans for my life, and so those help me to overcome the frivolities of random moods that would otherwise keep me from doing stuff. How are you? How are you doing, Dottie? How's your mom? How's your son? How's your art? Okay. So I know what this is. Check. I think I know what this is. I'm gonna surprise myself and find out. I think this is a ghost. Actually, I need to get my other camera recording here because this function is not available in Auto Expo movie shooting. Okay, just kidding. I'm actually going to do some technical jibber jabber. Tony, shut up late. What's the other mold's material? Just a more rigid silicone, something else. So this is this orangey pinky peach stuff is brush on mold. This is great stuff, expanding foam that you use in construction stuff. Okay. Why is my second camera not happy? We're gonna find out. Oh, I just pressed the wrong button. That's the problem. back in business. Alright. I'm about to surprise myself with what this mold is. Recording with this guy too. Gerardo, hello. Oh, outer, not other. This guy is it's a word I always forget. I'm pretty sure it's like made to be a mother mold material. It is called Plastipaste 2. Plasti, like P-L-A-S-T-I, paste 2 from Smooth On. It's great. This expanding foam that I got, now that there's 28 flavors of it, I never know what I'm going to end up with, and in this case, it didn't. It like contracted a little bit, which is odd. That I've never had an expanding foam do that, and that is very annoying. It also left this interesting clear residue that leaked down into there. Daddy is doing well. Son has 3 shows coming up. Woo! I can see your mom. Oh, you are going to see your mom for a bit in about an hour. Cool. Tell her hi for me. Okay, so in theory, it should just kind of pop out. I always love having theories. I bet I didn't keep the can to know which one of these versions of Great Stuff this is to avoid it next time. Okay, there we go. Popped out like a charm. And then, because I coated this in one piece, I just need to slice open one part of it to get at it. Now, did I leave myself enough clues to know where to slice? I think it's this part here. Yeah, I thought I had left little arrows indented on it or something, but boy, I'm not seeing them. So, it's time to guess. I'm pretty sure this is the front, this is the face, and this is the tail. Assuming this is actually the ghost that I think it is. Give it a little bit of a zigzag so it fits back together like a key. Tony says I usually just use plaster or something if I need a mother mold, but that looks way less dusty. Yeah, it's less fragile than plaster, and yes, less dusty. I mean, it's a little more expensive, but it'll last longer. Close on this. Dozer, I am going to be casting some Zelda monsters, a ghost and an Octorok. That's the plan. We'll see how far I get in it. Tony says, refreshing to see. I thought I was the only one cutting blindly with X-Acto knives and hoping for the best. Yeah, wouldn't it be so blind if I had just continued on, but since it's been several months since I've looked at this piece, yeah, it's pretty blind. Not the best way to do things. Kevin says translucent silicone can help with that. Yes, I love translucent silicone. I really need to work harder at finding a brand and a supplier that I like. For some reason, I feel like Smooth On doesn't even have translucent silicone. I could be wrong about that.
Crawl to the top of pious success. The islands never
I'm really confused about what's going on down here.
snap the picture of excess. Wait as I strike the
Tony says, even when it's translucent, I find I can only make a rough guess. I need to read through. Why not make a two-part mold? Just saying. Because it's way easier to make a one-part mold. You're not messing with building up the clay for the second part. Okay, yes. Okay, now I know what's going on. This is the squeaky back tail part. Tony says, dragon skin from Smooth On is pretty translucent. Heard of it. I thought that was made to be the thing that you cast, not the mold. But maybe it's really cool.
what goes up must come down. The law of life won't break for me. Isn't there another?
Oh, and Gerardo, I am basically, one of the reasons that I'm doing this as a one piece is just to show the difference between one and two pieces. I have, in my mold making series that I'm working on, I'm going to show every kind of mold that I know how to do. So, this is one form. It's got its pros and cons. Right now I am experiencing its cons, which is this part. Tony says, less of a seam. You won't have to cut the whole thing in half, just enough to yank this out. Yes. Kevin says, I've used translucent products from Smooth On as well, but it's much less hard, so I wouldn't expect the mold to last long. Yeah, I think it's more for making like body parts and stuff, like arms and I think that's the tutorial I saw on it, was how to make a human arm. Remember that also needed to cut around the little, he's got like these little flappy wing arm things. I'm gonna start going at a Y. This always makes my fingers cramp up because I'm basically holding everything open like a vice in like really awkward positions. Tony says you can make molds with it too, just a few dollars more than their stuff specifically for mold making. Oh, okay. Spastastic says good music choice, love your stuff, thanks. Tony says which ghost is this, like a Blizzrobe or something else? Well, these are all from the very first Legend of Zelda game, and it's called a Genie, I believe, G-H-I-N-I or something like that. And it's hard to interpret whether they are like cyclopses with one eye, because the art is really bad, you know. And so the fun part of the series of making these is kind of filling in the blanks, and it's really just about like when I was playing this as a kid, what was I seeing in my imagination? That's what this series of Zelda monsters is all about. Like this is what I saw in Octorok as. And if you look at the actual art in the game, it's not that. I feel like my camera is still not focused on this area. Stick. Yeah, I think I might order some of that clear stuff soon. Yeah, from the graveyard area. When you touch the tombstones, they pop out, chase you around. So spoopy. Alright, just kinda gently pry at this and see if that's enough to get it close to popping out. Doubt it. No. It is not. Tony, you like my Octorok? That's right, you can push one of the tombstones. In the normal quest, you get one of the swords. I think the second or final sword power-up is hidden in one of the tombstones. Maybe in the master quest, one of them leads to a dungeon. So I can kind of see from there that the other wing is like up in that little area. Oh, my thumb's cramping. Nijik, Pavlik, hello. You have to be a sculptor surgeon working with this stuff. Yeah, I wish I had one of those cool, what are they called? Like a Da Vinci surgery machine that's got all those little robot claw arms that you control with joysticks. That'd be helpful here. Ooh, I just made one of the worst parting seams ever. See where that little triangle is there? That is not something, that is not ideal. Dilated 10 centimeters. This thing should be coming out. There we go. Pop. Yeah, there's the original ghost guy. Pretty clean mold. I don't see any significant bubbles or anything. So the idea is, because I sliced it like that, it fits back together really nicely. So see, I made this triangular shape on the top so that it would leave a divot. And it looks like a... Okay, yeah, I kind of made one rounder edge right there. And I think that's the rounder edge there. I could have done a more defined notch or something. Oh yeah, okay. So see, I dug this little hole in there. So now I see the little raised bump right there. So that's how I can key it. Renee Shelton says, worth the wait. You're a very patient artist. Yeah. Maybe. Sometimes I'm patient. Okay, so now I've got both of these guys that I want to be translucent. The ghost I want to be translucent so that it you know, looks like it's a spirit, and this guy I want to be translucent so you see the rocks inside of it. And so for both of those purposes, I'm using not transparent, but I'm using this Smooth Cast 326, which it's a color match liquid, but it's pretty much clear. I mean, the thicker it goes, the more you'll kind of see the yellowish look. But I think these guys, well, On this guy, it only matters the translucency on the back, and it's really thin there, so I'm not worried about the yellow. And this guy, I'm going to be tinting with a little bit of blue, maybe, I don't know. I'm going to experiment. And so this stuff should work fine. Fingers crossed. Okay, here's another great thing that I did for future Josh, which is present me. And I wrote exactly how much to mix for this. So I've got my two, I think these are Dixie cups, yes? Yes. So I think I'll go ahead and start with this one. No, I won't. I'm going to start with the ghost because that's what I was doing anyway, and so when I'm cutting up the video, it'll be easier to have things stitched together properly. Let's see. So I'm going to slice this cup up so it makes a very exact and firm mother mold, I guess it would be, because the great stuff has created the mother mold, but the great stuff is a little bit flexible, and ideally a mother mold is not flexible. So I think that'll keep it all fairly tight, but since the since the great stuff contracted a little bit after expanding, it's not going to be perfect. So that's lame. Gerardo is asking, am I keeping the same proportions on all your Zelda monsters? Pretty much that's the plan. You can see them all on my website. My website is in the link, and you could look at Josh Foreman sculpture and find them there. I've got like a dozen of them made already. So, ideally, you would put a mold release in there. In fact, I'm going to do that for the first one. And I keep telling myself that I'm going to buy a new mold release, because this one is probably literally over a decade old. So who knows if it even still works at all. Like, it still sprays, but is it actually accomplishing what it's supposed to accomplish? Couldn't tell you. Also, it's pretty hard when you can only open the mold that much, you know? There are other ways to do mold release with the brush on stuff. Since I'm using, and my favorite is baby powder, but that will make the surface less than ideally translucent. So. Yeah, I mean, this stuff is so old that there's a danger it's actually going to inhibit the curing of this stuff. The more I think about it, the more I wish I hadn't sprayed it, but hey, you live and you mess up. It's the nature of the beast. Master Quanter, you also do some stuff from Guild Wars 2 on here, if you don't mind me asking. I don't think that I have, besides the tutorial I did on making a gummy worm. I'm not opposed to the idea, but mostly I'm doing projects. Right now I'm trying to focus on stuff that is going towards this big epic video series called the Cutscene Subversion Project that I've been working on since 2010, and it's about time I finished it, you know? So that's why I really want to focus on that. Okay, I'm guessing this guy will not, let's see, probably 1 cup of this will, probably a little over a cup of this. About 1 of these. How much is these? These are 4 ounces. What are these? I wonder if these are the same. I'm gonna try mixing. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try mixing half and half in here. Actually, I'm gonna mix a little over half and half. Oh, Tony was saying, not that it's helpful, but this is typically when I ask someone nearby, can you hold this? Yeah, that would be nice. I love doing art with people, but it doesn't happen very often. Sometimes these lids are a sticky wicket, as they say. You need a jar opener. Tony says, don't think I've done the second quest since I was 8. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done the second quest. I think I started it once and was just too intimidated. I'll have to do it when I recreate the game, which is the point of doing these sculptures. I'm gonna rebuild it from scratch, but at super duper high resolution, using my art assets. That's one of those super on the horizon, long distance goals. Been plugging away at that for probably 15 or 16 years. Just in the background, whenever I have mood strikes or I have some free time, I'll work on another Zelda monster. These cups would be awesome if they had measuring things on the side, but they do have flowers, and I can match which flower petal the liquid goes to. I'm going to mix in a little bit of this stuff. Okay, yeah, cast magic, silver bullet, and this is just a super fine, I mean it's essentially glitter, so here's regular glitter, right, but it's got, you can see the little little flakes. This is so fine that it just gives you this kind of sheen without being, I don't know, without being glitter per se. You go pretty subtle with it at first. Just this little itty bit. I assume I'm going to have to cast, you know, 10 of these before I get the ratio right that I want. Oh, hold on, I gotta clap to sync my videos. So typically with additives, you're supposed to mix it into one part first, and then mix the two parts together. I don't know if you can make that out. It kind of has that soapy pearlescence to it. Now I'm going to find out if this is bigger than this. Yes, it is. Okay. This little plastic guy is like is 4 ounces, which means these guys are probably like 3 ounces, I would guess. I totally understand you wanted to finish something in 2010. I love your art and jumping puzzle and feeling your best wishes. Hey, thanks! Yeah, I cannot wait to finish this cutting subversion project. It is long overdue. It's hard to tell when this stuff is mixed with that stuff in it because it makes it swirly. So I'm always seeing swirls, and swirls typically mean it's not mixed all the way. I don't think there's any significant undercuts or anything that's going to catch bubbles. I think I kind of made sure it was tilted in the it was tilted in such a way that that wouldn't be the case. You kind of see there. Oh yeah, that little nubbin right there will probably have issues. So sloshing it back and forth a little bit can help with that. Oops. Spilling everywhere doesn't help with anything, usually. Wow, this ended up taking quite a bit more than I thought it would. So if this is 4 ounces, yeah, it took about 3 ounces. Oh no, that is what I guessed. I guessed it would take one of these, well, one of the Dixie cups, which is about 3 ounces. So I have a pressure pot that I can put this in. to help minimize the bubbles. But I want to see how it does without that first. Gerardo, the curing time of this resin, I want to say is 15 minutes. Okay, pot life is 7 to 9 minutes. Cure time is 60 minutes, depending on mass. Huh. Thought it was a lot less. That's fine, we'll just set that to the side and work on the Octorok. Alright, so for those of you who weren't here near the beginning, what's going on here is I've got this plug that is like a cluster of rocks that go in his belly, so that when I paint on the inside of him, you'll see what looks like a mass of rocks that are in his head belly thing. So I think it's just ready to pour as is. I also think I was having some issues getting the teeth all filled out. Oh, I'm gonna actually stop this recording real quick and then restart it so it's easier for me to organize this footage. Okay, got a sound sync again. Treasure Hunter says, hope you and your mother are doing well. Love the song that's playing. Cool. Yeah, we're doing good. We're still making progress on the book. I just had this idea, I don't know why I hadn't thought of it earlier, of putting little quotes from stuff at the beginning of chapters. Like they do it in Dune, they do it in Stormlight Archive, they do it in like a lot of Terry Pratchett stuff. It's just a great little way to do world building and add fun interest, and it's not hard at all. They just put a sentence or two, you know, from a religious book or from a sign, you know, anything that's around the world that is taking place in the chapter that's coming up. So I'm really excited about writing a bunch of those. Probably be working on that this week. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to powder the inside of these teeth, because it's fine if it stays there. I don't want the powder getting into the little rock cavities, but the powder helps to suck the resin into difficult to reach crevices. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Can one of you guys hold this for me while I... Oh, you can't? Jerks. And I'm just using my brush to tap the stuff around. You don't want like giant clumps of it. That makes the final cure or less consistent, I think. Like parts can actually break off if the mix is like mostly powder and not enough resin. probably use some in the legs too. So now that I know this is 2 full Dixie cups, that means I'm going to need to do the final mix in a bigger cup. Strong Tints, which is another smooth-on product, I believe. I repackaged them into these little easier to use bottles. This is how they come. In this size they're bigger, but you can see they tend to get gunk all over them and then get all over everything you're working on and blah blah blah. So here, whoops. So I used paint to color code it, and look at that, the paint chipped off and landed in my resin. So I will file that under a thing to watch for next time. So I'm going to start with just a little drop. This little bit goes a long way. In fact, I'm going to use a lot less than I think I need because it's very easy to bump up the opacity on a sculpture just by painting. You know, I could do another paint of translucent blue over it if I feel like it's too see-through. Treasure Hunter says, adding quotes or meaningful statements at the beginning of each chapter sounds interesting. I look forward to reading them. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. More, it says, Mora slides in with his jog. Is that what you're doing? A jog? Hiya. Hiya, hiya. Treasure Hunter says, this singer singing Amazing Grace sounds a little like Tom Waits. Who is that? So all the songs should be listed under the music, right under where I am. Okay, yeah, so that is very, you know, it looks like Gatorade. Quite a bit more translucent than I think it should be, but I won't know until I try it and actually get the paint on the inside of there to see. So, and because I mixed in this cup originally, I need to pour it to a second cup. Otherwise, you risk getting a imperfectly mixed batch. I wonder if I can skim some of the bubbles off the paper towel. Which actually reminds me, some people get bubbles off by using heat, like a what is that called? Those little, it's not a lighter, well it is a lighter, but it has a long skinny thing and you use it to light fireplaces and stuff. But essentially just moving a flame over the surface will help draw out a lot of the bubbles on there. But I do not have that prepared, and the pot life is running down, so I cannot do that at this time. So I'm going to start by pouring into this little teeth section here. Move it around a bit to hopefully keep bubbles from becoming a thing. Does it matter which of the two parts you add the colored dye? Usually in the instructions it says which part, but I don't read the instructions every time, so it's probably kind of random and I haven't noticed a difference. Probably the part that is more clear would be the one you want to mix it to, because that is the one that's going to give you the best indication of the final color. But yeah, I honestly don't know if it makes a difference. For some reason I'm seeing some bubbles catching on the eye surface. That's the worst place, because that eye needs to be like super glassy smooth. Children at my door, I hear them more and more. I don't want to be crazy, and I don't want to throw a fit. No, I don't want to throw a fit. I don't this guy, the rock plug, I can just need a little some powder, because the inside is going to be painted, so I don't need to worry about it being translucent or roughing up the surface at all. I can't take the world just as it is, and I can't close my eyes and think it. I don't want to jump, I want to slip. I'm taking the cap off, then I'll take another sip. And I noted, let's see, so triangle. I wanna be a mess. I want to pull myself together. I need to take a rest. I need to take a rest. I don't want to be crazy, and I don't want to throw a fit. No, I don't want to throw a fit. I don't want to be angry.
just need a little bit. Oh, 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 oh.
Doesn't marry perfectly to the edges around it, so need to futz with it a little bit. Should be a problem if I had to do hundreds of these, but I only plan on doing a handful, so it's not a big deal. Having trouble hearing over the music. Okay. Yeah, actually I have the camera a couple feet further away from me than I usually do. I should have accounted for that. Sorry about that. Also, when I'm really focused on a thing, I tend to mumble and lower my voice, so that doesn't help. Mord says, now time to ruin his jog with ice cream. No, you're carb loading, right? That's what you're doing. Does it matter to which of the parts you add the color dye? Oh, answer that. Treasure says, did you create the creatures that you made molds of, or did you purchase them? If you could simply purchase them, isn't a lot of extra work to make your own copies of them? No, I sculpted them myself, so that is why I must mold them. Alright, well, so I plan to keep going with this. I thought I would be pulling the ghost out of the mold at this point, and then I'd be just kind of going back and forth. I didn't realize this mold stuff takes an hour before you can take it out, so there's really not much more to do on this, which I guess this will just be kind of a short stream, if an hour is considered short. But that's cool. Yeah, I'm probably going to be working on this for the next couple of streams anyway. So check in on Wednesday and see how these guys turned out. I think that's a promise I can keep. And yeah, I'm going to go play some more Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm like almost level 50. I think I got gold suns on every hunting challenge, but they still won't make me a full member of the hunting lodge because they're jerks there at the hunting lodge. They don't like Nora. You know how it is. Yeah, so I'll catch you guys later, and it'll be great, and things will be wonderful, and I'll probably be in a happier mood then, and that'll be cool too. Okay, see you guys.